The future of Indian chess is bright. This boy Praggnanandhaa plays an accurate game against the Vietnamese player Thai Daiwan Nguyen in the round 3 of Prague Master. I am your host Bison. Let's dive into the action. So game starts with d4 and yes, the good old Nimzo-Indian Defense. The opening where black says I'm gonna control the center, but first let me pin your knight for absolutely no reason. Then comes g3. The next move will be bishop g2, taking control on this diagonal. This is called Romanishin variation. Then black decides to castle, and after bishop to g2, black strikes towards the center by d5, gaining space, and then Pragg develops his knight on f3, eyeing on the e5 square, and then black captured the c4 pawn, and now from here white have multiple options like a3 attacking the bishop or queen c2 developing the queen, as well as bishop g5 pinning the knight. But Pragg decides to protect his king first by castling, and after knight to c6, simple comes a3, attacking the bishop, and after bishop to e7, simply white strikes with e4 and rook b8. The idea behind this move is to play b5 next, creating a pawn march on the queen side. But here, computer doesn't like this move. Instead of this, he is suggesting knight a5. The idea is to place the knight on b3 square permanently. But after this, Pragg plays the best move, bishop f4, developing the bishop. Maybe he wants to play knight b5 next and creating pressure on the c7 square. Then comes b5. Black simply stops the knight b5 idea. And after rook to e1, black played a6, solidifying the pawn structure. And after this, Pragg goes in by playing d5, attacking the knight. But obviously you can't capture the d pawn because then white will have a solid pawn on the center. And knight to a5, clearly the next destination will be b3 square, and then Pragg placed his queen on c2. Maybe he wants to play knight g5 in future, or he can play e5 attacking the knight and opening the diagonal for the queen. Hence, after seeing this, black placed his knight on h5 attacking the bishop. But here computer suggests capturing the d pawn and simplifying the game. After this, Pragg retreats back his bishop on e3, and after this, black plays f5. Suppose if white captured the f5 pawn, and then black is threatening to play f4 next. And suppose if white plays knight e5, then comes f4 attacking the bishop, and after g takes f4, then comes bishop to d6 attacking the knight, and after knight to f3, then comes knight b3. And you can see that suddenly black pieces becomes more active and black is winning here. But after f5, Pragg finds the right move, simply capturing the pawn on e6, and then black plays f4 attacking the bishop, and black wants to open the f file for his rook after this pawn capture. But Pragg plays queen, rook at a goes to d1 attacking the queen, and black simply moves it, and then Pragg captured the f pawn, and after some capturing, you can see that black has activated his rook, which will jump on g4 square later. Knight to d5 by Pragg, threatening to take the rook as well as attacking on c7 square. Then comes rook g4 by black, pinning the bishop as well as threatening to play queen g6 next. After seeing this threat, Pragg simply captured the bishop on e7, deflecting the queen from the g6 square. As you can see that g5 is already covered by the knight, so queen also can't go here. Then, after capturing, simply queen d2 by Pragg, creating the threat of checkmate as well as attacking the knight. And he defends the mate by moving his bishop on b7, which is a mistake. He missed the move knight to b7, which would automatically guard the d8 square, defending the knight as at the same time. But after this, Pragg plays knight to e5, attacking the rook. Black simply plays his rook on g5 square, attacking the knight. But instead of this, here computers is suggesting to take the bishop. And after king takes, then black can save his knight on c6, asking for knight exchange. If white captured the knight, then after bishop takes c6, you can see that black will place his rook on f8 square in next move, threatening to capture the e6 pawn. White also activating his bishop, and but white is still better, but this position is holdable. After the move rook g5, Pragg guards his knight by playing f4, and you can see that black rook is nearly trapped. You might thinking that black can play rook to h5, but then suppose if black places his rook on h5, then white will play queen takes a5. He will capture the knight first, and if black tries to create checkmate threat by playing queen to h4, then instead of playing h3, white can play queen takes c7, attacking the rook as well as creating pressure on the f7 square. Suppose if black tries to attack the white king by queen takes h2 check, then game will continue like this: king f2, queen takes f4 check, and simply king to e2. And you can see that there is no more further checks, and black rook is under attack, and black can't place his rook on f8 square, otherwise black will have to lose his bishop. So the only move left for black is to play queen to f8, defending the queen to f8, defending the rook. But this is of no use, because then white will play e7, and if queen e8, then white will simply capture the rook, and after recapturing it back, then comes the final move, which is rook d8 check, and after queen takes d8, simply e takes d8 equal to queen checkmate. Hence, after seeing this all, black decided to play rook takes e5, sacrificing the rook. And after this, you can see that black created the triple pawns on the center, and then black saves his knight, attacking the e5 pawn. Then Pragg places his queen on d7, defending the pawn as well as asking for queen exchange. Instead of capturing the queen, black plays rook to e8, defending the queen as well as creating attack on this e6 square. And Pragg trades the queen, and then he played rook to d7, asking for rook exchange. Black captured the e6 pawn, and Pragg takes on c7, attacking the bishop. Black defends it by playing knight to a5, and then comes rook d1, creating the checkmate threat. And after bishop to c6, Nguyen resigned. What an accurate game played by Pragg. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Hit that subscribe button for more. This is your host Bison signing off. Bye bye.